It is freezing out here today, guys. This is the beginning of the work week, and I have a delivery to make later in the day. This is early morning, and I got to run into town for some errands, and I'm going to take you along with me because I got this idea about firewood and how we sell firewood and things that we can do as an industry to improve. So this isn't going to be a criticism, but a critique. And I just want to show the way I see things and the way we view firewood as a commodity. And let's apply what modern retailers are doing to sell stuff. And let's apply that to the firewood industry. And let's see if we are doing that or if we're just not even paying attention to these kind of things. I think all of this is just going to be better for us. If you're in sales, it's going to be better for the customer. It can be better for all of us. All right. So let's fire up the truck. Let's get it warmed up and let's head on into town. But wait, did I happen to mention that this Saturday night, January 29th at 9 p.m., we're having the mother of all live streams. Please set your reminders and log in. You have to be logged in to win. And I'm giving away a bunch of stuff, man. Our channel sponsors have come through huge. And I'm talking shirts and stickers and hats and keychains. You name it. All right. We're going to give it away. It's just one of the things that I've been wanting to do since we hit 15,000 a few thousand subscribers ago, and we continue to grow. And I just want to have an evening of no stress, just fun, and let's all hang out and enjoy the giveaways, and let's enjoy each other's company. How's that sound, guys? All right, let's load up the truck. Let's head on down the road. This has long been my opinion, guys, that however you want to sell firewood, that is good enough for me. Go ahead and do it. The way I sell firewood, though, might be different than the way that you do, and that's fine too. It's just the way I do it. My goal is to sell firewood and make a living out of it. And the refrain that we hear from a lot of people is, you can't make money selling firewood. And I think the way that a lot of people do sell firewood makes that true. I've just tried to apply modern retail principles to firewood and be able for a sole proprietor to make a living doing it. All right. And I'm going to be, while we go into town here, I'm going to just show you some of the things that I see that I've been trying to copy what the retailers are doing. And I'm trying to apply that to firewood. All right, guys, here we go. Here is my first stop in town. I'm gonna get some gas, and here we got the gas stations offering 3 choices: unleaded, mid-grade, and premium. And there's different prices. Each provides some kind of benefit to the customer. They're giving the customer a choice. And this one retailer I used to work for was notorious for that approach to the way that they marketed their merchandise and their entire product mix in the store. They called it good, better, best. And they're just providing that many options to the customer, good unleaded, better, mid-grade, and best is premium. And I've never put premium fuel in anything I own unless it began with the name Dolmar. That's just the way I am. But, there's people out there that swear by premium fuel. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Doesn't mean I'm any smarter or more informed than the next person. But think of it from 2 viewpoints here. The customer, you want a choice, and the retailer, you're providing that choice. One thing that I've always tried to remember selling firewood is I am not the customer. I am the service. So I don't sell firewood to people like me because I'm cheap and I'm looking for the cheapest, freest process, preferably ugliest firewood that's possible. And I can't make a living doing that. So I market, kind of like the premium side of it. That's who I'm going after. But what does this mean for firewood? Well, I'm thinking, you might specialize in, good, the unleaded stuff. That's just what you want to do. but maybe consider selling, you know, something mid-grade and then maybe something premium too. You see cars, you know, you got Chevys and Buicks and Cadillacs. Fords used to be Ford Mercury Lincoln. So think about with Firewood, maybe your low-end stuff is just anything that came off the splitter into the truck, including all of the waste and the odd shapes and the odds and ends. Mid-level Firewood could be something where the mulch and the junk's been removed from it. And then premium is, you know, your high-end value-added stuff, or maybe it's all oak, you know, a premium species. All right, so let's head on down the road. We got to go buy some stuff at the grocery store. We got to stop at Walmart. We got to make a number of extra stops here. So let's go. Believe it or not, guys, I don't shop at Walmart that much. I rarely come here, but there are some things I want to show you guys. Here we go. I'm never going to get used to this blogging thing in public, so just bear with me here. I'm going to probably be whispering like this. If you recall that Hart Walmart battery-powered chainsaw that I bought, I like it. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going to get me one of these half-inch drive impact guns, you know? Well, I come in here to look at it. It's got an excellent price. You know, I think that's pretty good. Well, when I start looking at it, it doesn't come with the battery. And then I find, you know, it doesn't use the same battery that my chainsaw does. Well, what the heck? Now I got to buy another battery. So I come over to the batteries, and here's the battery. So I got to add that much more to the purchase. Well, it doesn't come with the charger. So now you got to buy the charger separate. What the heck, you know? And then I find down here, well, here it does come with the charger for just $4 more than just buying the battery. My point is, don't complicate stuff, you know? This should be an easy purchase. Okay, so they're not going to sell the battery with the tool. You know, I think that's kind of lame, number one, but you know, they're going to say, well, we're giving you the versatility of buying a 4 amp hour versus a 24 amp hour, whatever. No, that's just their way of adding to the price, you know, to get you to spend more. That low price for the tool is an enticement for you to buy it, then to find out you got to pay to buy the battery, and then you got to pay to get the charger. You with me? Don't complicate things. That's just one of the things that I see with Firewood. There was this one ad I saw on Facebook. I wish I would have saved it. It was hilarious. And the guy was selling firewood, and it was a small pickup truck, and he had in parentheses S10, you know, $40, even with the bed. A small pickup truck heaping is, you know, $50. And then it was a full-size truck with a 6.5, I mean, he had the 8-foot bed and the heaping and the even. I was like, wow, how complicated can you get? You know, set your prices, and the prices should make sense to your customer, and it should be easy for them to figure stuff out. All right, yes, it's got to make sense for you because you got to make money. All right, let's be real here, but that's the difference between a hobby and a business. If you're in business, what you do has got to make sense to the customer, and it starts with your pricing. This is complicated, and it's too complicated for this brain because you know how I am with math. Here's another thing, and you know, they're notorious for bulk sales, selling stuff in these gigantic packages. So there's nothing wrong with this, but think of it like this. They are selling bulk cheap because they need to sell a lot of it to make a profit. And I see a lot of firewood people out there following that strategy. And maybe that's not the best strategy to follow if you are a sole proprietor, huh? A lot of people in firewood behave like Walmart, but they're staffed like that mom and pop store. And I think that's where we have opportunities to make more money with what we're selling, because we don't need to sell this big bulk. You know, this would be 1 quart of firewood. And who's to say that the customer doesn't want that much? They want much less. What kind of stores sell stuff in bulk? You know, and what they need to do to be profitable to sell bulk is that they need to sell a lot of it. So that was my thought when I got into firewood, was it's just me, man, and I can't be selling, you know, all this volume because I just can't physically do it. So I needed to find a different way of making a buck, and that's where I've learned, you know, to change quantities. All right, just another thought. I have a guilty pleasure, guys, and I hope that you don't hold this against me. But I think there's something to learn here at a Starbucks with selling firewood. Just bear with me on this.
Good morning, welcome to Starbucks. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi there. I would like a grande caramel macchiato, heavy on the caramel.
Anything else for you this morning?
No, thank you.
Okay, your total comes to $5.25. We'll see you at the window. Thank you.
Thank you. $5.25 for a cup of coffee? Are you serious? Guys, you know, you can go down to the gas station and get a cup of coffee for 99 cents, right? So why am I spending $5.25 for a cup of coffee here at a Starbucks? Well, you know, there's a lot of reasons why. Number one, there is a definite increase in quality here. The coffee just tastes better. On top of everything else, all right, there's marketing, you know, there's image, you know, I understand all that. But there is a professionalism and a consistency in their business model here. They are polite, they care, they take care of you. You have the confidence, if you are not happy with anything that they give you, that they will fix it and make it better and replace it for free. They have been very generous like that. And, you know, their corporate image is excellent too. They take care of their employees, and all of these things conspire for this high-end coffee market, right? You know, they're obviously doing something right, because there's sure are a lot of them out there. And, you know, they're just like me. I would never buy premium gas. You're probably the kind of person that just thinks that shopping at a Starbucks is just a waste of money. But that's the choice for the customer, right? In this case here, Starbucks doesn't sell budget coffee. They just sell the high-end stuff. And that's kind of like the same thing that I do with Firewood. I don't sell the low-end stuff. I only sell the high-end that I can get the most bang for my buck out of every single stick of firewood. And that's like what Starbucks is doing for coffee.
Have a great day.
Next stop, guys, the grocery store. This filming videos works, I mean, splitting tens of cords of firewood works up a big appetite, so we got to go into the grocery store. And here's my standby, the cantaloupe for $3.99 for the entire cantaloupe. There is a small container of cantaloupe that's been cut into chunks, and man, it is $5.49. It costs more than what you can buy the entire cantaloupe for. Onions for $1.99 a pound. And here's a small container of some onions just cut up for $2.99. Groceries is a target-rich environment for value added. I used to work at a grocery store, and that's when I started thinking, you know, there's got to be a way to apply this concept with pricing to firewood. Here's a good one, celery, 2 for $4, right? Check this out. Here is a smaller bag for $4.99, just because it's been trimmed and packaged, and you get a smaller quantity. But that's what people want. And then, of course, Dr. Pepper, 2 for $4. Guys, there is a machine out front with 20-ounce Dr. Pepper in it, $1.95 a bottle. Real simple one here. Here is a gallon of milk for $2.69, and the half gallon of milk is $1.59. So not a big difference, but you know, a half gallon of milk is not just a 1 gallon divided in half. You're paying more for a half gallon. So let's leave here. Let's go to the hardware store. We got to pick up some lumber. But let's look at some plywood prices. $50, $60, $50. Okay, so we have you know, plywood. Lumber, of course, is way up there, but that's for a 4x8 sheet of plywood. And you know, like at these big box stores, they sell pre-cut stuff, right? So here is a pre-cut 2x4 foot section of plywood. Can you see that? $39. All right. So there are 4 of these in a regular sheet of plywood. So if this is $40, you're looking at $160 for a sheet of plywood if you bought it like this. Sounds pretty high, doesn't it? Well, think of a full sheet of plywood being a cord of firewood. And that quarter back there, a quarter cord, right? So what have you been able to accomplish here? You've provided a value. A quarter of a sheet of plywood costs almost as much as the full sheet of plywood. So you think, well, why don't you just buy the whole sheet of plywood? Well, maybe I don't want a whole sheet of plywood, or maybe I have no way of hauling it, or maybe I have no way of cutting it. So think of how this means to the customer. You know, a customer may not have space for a full cord of firewood, or they may not have the desire to burn that much. They don't want that much. They just want a smaller amount, and they're willing to pay for it. Same thing for that quarter sheet of plywood for $40, you know? So that is the same thing that I try to do with firewood, and that is something I would challenge you guys to look and see how your pricing is, because why doesn't that quarter piece of plywood cost, you know, $50 divided by 4, you know? Why doesn't it cost that much? Because that's not how it works. You know, you can see it with all kinds of quantities. I talk about 2-liter Dr. Peppers versus a 20 ounce. You know, sometimes the smaller quantities even cost more than what it does in bulk. But think about how this relates to firewood. Same thing that I try to accomplish is, and my one principle is, a half a cord of firewood is not worth a half a cord of firewood. A quarter cord of firewood is not worth a quarter cord. It's worth much more. So if you're selling, let's just say, firewood for $200 a cord, that doesn't mean you sell your half cord for $100. Quit doing that. It is a value that you are providing to your customer, and that is one way that you can increase your profit margin, because you're providing them a service and you should be compensated for it. Here's another one, guys. Here is some Schedule 40, 4-inch Schedule 40. It's $50 for a 10-foot section. Over here, they have it cut down to 2-foot sections for $21. So that would be 5 of these in a 10-footer. So you're looking over $100. And you know, that is what I'm saying. People will pay this premium because they don't need 10-foot, or they can't haul 10-foot. They just need a 2-foot section, and they don't want to have to use 2-foot and then have 8 foot of it left around their house for the next 20 years. Same thing with firewood, guys. I hope that made sense. If I were, instead of selling firewood, if I sold plywood, so I would not be the business selling full sheets of plywood. I would be selling quarter sheets. If I was selling Schedule 40, I would only be selling 2-foot sections because that's where the money is. So, you know, the trade-off would be, yeah, but you could have sold 10-foot and got $50. And, you know, instead you only sold 2-foot and you got $20. Yeah, but I can sell 2-foot, you know, 5 times and have double the money. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish with firewood. Next stop. I hope I'm not moving too fast for you guys, but this shopping is working up an appetite. So it's time for me now to go get a burger at one of the best restaurants I know. And it is because they cook over my firewood. Let's go get lunch. But check it out, guys. That's my firewood. I recognize that's log 17-B.4 or 5, 17-B.6. Yes, I remember those well. I have ordered a hamburger, all right? And you know, am I going to pay a premium to eat here, to eat a hamburger? Absolutely I am. If I wanted a hamburger, I could also have just gone to Burger King and got one for about 1/3 of the price. But what does eating at an establishment like this bring? Okay, well, let's wait for this burger to come out to the table and we will talk about it. And it's cooked to order, guys. I ordered it well done, and it's well done. They just nail it, you know. The bacon's delicious. They've given me extra barbecue sauce. So this is a burger that I am willing to pay extra money for, guys. And that was a delicious hamburger. I just spent $15 for a hamburger, and it was worth it. Knowing that I could have picked one up, you know, at a fast food joint for $3. Thanks for going on that ride with me. We're back at the wood yard now. And I think about all of the items that we saw for sale today. Coffee, hamburgers, onions, milk, Dr. Pepper, plywood, fertilizer. There is something to be learned by watching how the other people do it, you know, and all of these items are getting sold, and they're being sold in ways that help provide a choice to the customer and provide, you know, extra income for the manufacturer, for the people who's selling it. And I see that Firewood can play that exact same role. And it makes me start to wonder, guys, if everything that we see out there being sold is, you know, they're following these steps of quantity, value, things that are providing a choice to the customer. My question is, why not Firewood? I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Everyone, have a great day.